it's Chris from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about the Baby Lock Sashiko. Now, in our last video, we talked about being able to use some specialty threads and as a fun way of being able to add around appliques and do some really fun decorative stitches on your Sashiko. In that video, we used a number 5 weight thread. But in today's video, we're going to use something a little bit heavier. That's right, we're going to be couching with yarn this time. And I want to show you an example of what I did here, where I was able to take polka dot fabric and I actually used the Sashiko all the way around it and used big loops of yarn rather than pulling it tight against the needle. Let me show you how easy this is. All right, so I'm here at the little polka dots and I want to make those the center of my flowers. So the yarn is going to be my petals. But let's take a look at some of the things we need to do first in order to set this up. Let's take a look first at this button up here. You can see here that the needle is in that position. But remember, we need it to go in the down position. So all I have to do is touch that once and I know my needle's in the down position. But one other thing I have to do is I want to get this into specialty stitch mode. Now, if you remember from our last video, specialty stitch mode means that when your foot is on the petal, it's going to take a stitch in a space and it will automatically stop in order for you to be able to pull the yarn underneath the presser foot to be couched. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have to click on this twice. You see it blinking. That means it's in specialty stitch mode. Now, one more thing I want to do before I begin is right here at the presser foot height. In our last video, we had it at a 2 because the thread we were couching was quite thin. However, with this thick yarn, I'm going to actually bump this up to a 3. All right, with my presser foot in the down position, my needle in the down position, and my stitch in specialty mode, I'm ready to get started. I'm going to take my yarn, leaving a tail on the end, and I just slide it underneath the foot right up against that needle. And I'll take a stitch. There we go, easy as that. Now, before, I would always bring my thread or my yarn up tight, right up against that needle. But this time, in order to do a fringe flower, I'm actually going to keep a larger loop off to the side. So I'm going to take my finger here and just kind of pull this out, again with my yarn couched up against the needle, and take another stitch, all right? And then it's stitched it down. Now, I'm going to bring this back, hold it tight while it stitches. But before I go over to the left, remember, I'm going to take my finger and just hold on tight with this loop to the outside. So I have my yarn out to the right. I'm holding on to it as a large loop to the right, not hugging the needle at all there. And I'll take a couple stitches. Okay, now I'm going to hug that needle, holding it tight to take my securing stitches there. And again, I need to go back to the left. I'm going to take this with my finger, keeping this as a loop. Okay, and it's going to be my petal. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back, hold it tight, bring this back here. Again, holding the loop. Can you see that petal there? Perfect. Back to the right, back to the left, back to the right, back to the left with a loop. Okay, I'm going to lift up my presser foot. Let's take a look. Okay, not too bad. I can trim my other yarn pieces right here. But you could see that you could have a lot of fun with this, being able to do some really cool embellishments to like a handbag or a zipper pouch or even to a quilt. And using polka dots would be really kind of fun. And try with like different yarns. I mean, this is a thicker chenille yarn. You could even double it up with a couple of different yarns being intertwined, and you could go around and around and make as large of a flower as you wanted. But again, it's just kind of a unique thing to do with your projects on the Baby Lock Sashiko. So I hope you learned something new and perhaps were inspired to try something with the Baby Lock Sashiko. If you're in the market looking for a Baby Lock Sashiko, we hope to be able to earn your business. You can find us at My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop and mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com.